Hi folks, Jordan Bateman from the Independent Contractors and Businesses Association here. Thanks for clicking my link on the Orca. I always appreciate you taking the time to read my pieces. Like most political junkies, I was riveted by the municipal election returns on Saturday night, and I was especially watching Surrey. I live in Langley, which is just next door to Surrey, BC's fastest growing community, and I was very keen to see what was going to happen there. You know, a few years ago, a friend of mine took me for lunch and said, Jordan, what advice would you give Tom Gill if he wanted to be the next mayor of Surrey? And I gave him two pieces of advice. I said, Tom needs to do more to build his public persona. Right now, all we know is Tom the politician, Tom the counselor, Tom the suburban dad. Tom, has a beautiful family. They do kids sports, they do all these different things, but you never see that kind of part of him. All you see is this political figure. And I said, have him start an Instagram account that's just family pictures of him doing family stuff as a way to try to connect with the tens of thousands of similar families in Surrey. That never happened. I also suggested that as chair of the budget committee in the city of Surrey, that Tom had a unique advantage over over Bruce Hayne and other people who wanted to be the next mayor. Surrey First is structured in a way, that's Tom Gill's slate, where only the sitting caucus members are allowed to vote for who will lead them into the next election. So really, he has a membership of 9 people, including himself, that he has to worry about. So all he's got to do is take care of himself and then find 4 other people on that party to support him for mayor. And the way to do that, of course, is he's chair of the budget committee. Go and find out what your colleagues' major priorities are. Figure out how to help fund them, stand next to them at the news conferences when they're cutting ribbons and things like that, and be the ultimate support person helping them achieve their priorities. See, this is like politics as old as time. I mean, there's nothing magical about this. It didn't happen. Instead, Tom's reign as budget committee chair was more about the new taxes he would bring in, the recreation parcel tax, for example, which came out of the blue just months after the 2014 election where it was never mentioned. That was a real problem for him. And it gave rise to Bruce Hayne, another Surrey First member, also putting together a group of people within Surrey First who wanted to make him mayor. And these two kind of warring factions really derailed the past 4 years. Linda Hepner certainly didn't help by not having great communication with her councillors. I heard from one councillor who said she waited months to try to get a meeting with Linda Hepner, which is stunning to me. That you would have to wait that long. So the slate disintegrates, and lo and behold, we end up with Mayor Doug McCallum. One thing I will say is do not buy into any of the spin that Diane Watts or Linda Hepner or Tom Gill were trying to put out on election night. Even if you took Bruce Hayne's vote and you took Tom Gill's vote and put them together, even if 3-1, those people stuck with those guys, like Doug McCallum still would have won. Doug McCallum wiped the floor with these guys. And the reason why is Surrey First made the same mistakes that Doug McCallum, ironically, made when he first lost to Diane Watts in 2005. Surrey First became arrogant. They began to think that they knew better than the public. They began to forget that they're actually elected representatives of the public and to listen to them on common sense, intuitive issues. So that's really what derailed Surrey First. You'll find a lot more in my piece today, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for reading the Orca.